I'm Vin.
I'm Sorry.
That's Booby.
And Jolpy and Ghosty and Chip.
Skyclad vintage Whine.
Yeah.
Vintage Whine. I love the, look at that.
I know. That picture.
Design is crazy.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
For tiny topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sorry. What are you laughing at?
I just was gonna look at Daniel. This is all the songs that he wants us to review, and he basically said, "Here's all the ones I want you to pick." So he's like, "Just pick whichever ones you want." So he lets me pick from a whole list of songs. When the $75 clears, he says, "Pick whatever you want."
Okay.
So this was Daniel's pick and my pick.
A collab. Shout out to the big homie. There are multiple ways to get a song reviewed. We the regular way, once we get caught up. I'm very much looking forward to that. Which is, hey man, send us an email, send us a comment, send us an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
You loved doing that.
Oh, that was my favorite part of it. There's also the alliances, which is the most efficient way. It's $1 in the gate. And then you get hooked up with an alliance of like-minded people who like the specific genre that you like, and then you make your case. And then there's also the skip to the front of the line.
This would be my favorite.
This is a sorry evil capitalist option where you...
No, it's just I'm impatient. And I don't want to have to rely on somebody else.
Sorry evil capitalist option where you...
Fine, but I don't want to rely on somebody else.
Also known as a sorry evil capitalist. Also known as a sorry evil capitalist option where you...
Shout out to all the winners. Everybody that's like me is a winner. If you're like Vin, you're a loser.
Okay. Alright, if you love your neighbor, you're a loser.
Who wants to do that?
Screw you if you don't have the capital for it. We're Christians, by the way. Alright,
Merry Christmas. It's late.
Vintage Whine by Skyclad. You know there's a band called Sky Came Falling?
Really?
Which, nobody's ever gonna
The
ask.
Sky Came Falling?
No, Sky Came Falling. Nobody's gonna ask for them, but I wish they would. Alright, let's go. Vintage Whine, Skyclad, let's go.
Go.
Take your places, should my menacing displeasing offend your airs and graces. I will as long as you're on the connoisseur selection. Such bitter wines, a quaff of qualms awaiting your inspection. The bubbles burst, they sing champagne. I watched them slither on the vine. Fruits of labor's toiled in vain. I reach our grapes at harvest time. I know 1999, a classic year for vintage wine. Since it's drawn, I must suck the cellarage of sorrow. And fate refills my tarnished cup each time I drain the dregs. That poison cannot kill me. You stand from it, I'll borrow. My maudlin is a corner that could fill 1,000 kegs. I know 1999, a classic year for vintage wine. Here's my father rode a bar, you go to deep sweet lads and lasses. Those blighter crops who gladly so shall one day fill your glasses. Through 40 caves to 8 distilled and bottled up much longer. Revenge a draft I'll serve you children, time has made it stronger. Like cordial, it's by bouquet. Laments amid the patient schnapps. Gas full of mold, futile dismay. Age rage, you turn the taps. I know 1999, a classic year for vintage wine. Since it's drawn, I must suck the cellarage of sorrow. And fate refills my tarnished
This is
I
a
really liked them.
song I'm very sad we did not see a live video of.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this would have been a fun live video.
Yeah, and I feel... Oh, is that it? That right there? Yeah.
That's it right
You see me
there.
jumping
But
around.
it's like
Yes,
taken
you're...
on an iPhone. It's very low quality.
Oh, who cares? I can still see
But
it now.
look at it, and guys run around, like spin around and stuff.
Yeah. You know what I like about it? Okay, there's a couple things. One, I like that upbeat sound of...
Yeah. It's like Irish.
Yes.
Like, you know,
yeah.
It's
It's weird. It made me feel like crying. I don't even know why, but that doesn't make any sense.
Are you part Irish too?
Are you making fun of me again?
No, it's a serious question.
I don't know, babe. Somebody told me we shouldn't take those test things, so who the hell knows what I am? I heard you laugh that I'm Native American. I know I have French in me. Okay, that I think is undeniable, but whatever. Anyway, I just like the happy, like, kind of Irishy sort of, like, I don't know what it's like to go to a bar, like, now, because I've actually never done that. But I feel like if you went to a bar now, it wouldn't be like what you see in the movies when you see, like, an Irish pub, where everybody's kind of like...
Hey!
Yeah, it's all about, like, they're almost like partying together as a community, but the only way to do that is if you had, like, a small community.
Well, they also fight a lot in the pub in Ireland.
Yes, yeah, but I'm not opposed to that as long as, you know what I mean, like, because I feel like that.
Right, you like fighting.
Well, I feel like that.
You enjoy that stuff.
I just feel like they're not trying to kill each other. It's just that male energy, and then they want to, you know, brawl it out a bit, and
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, so unless it's the kids fighting over and over and over, then in which case I'm like, stop.
Hypocrite.
But yeah, so like I like that sort of, I don't know, it's weird because at this point in my life I'm tired of being in a small town and I want to go to a bigger town, but I like the idea of like that. But anyway, so I love the sound of that, the upbeat sound to it. I don't know what we're talking about actually.
It looks like
It looks like Eve in this picture.
It looks like a celebration of the year 2000.
Oh, that's cute.
Because he's saying Anno 99, which year 1999, a classic year for vintage wine.
But they're spelling wine like wah.
Right, it's a double entendre, I'm assuming. But this record came out in 1999.
Okay. Believe it or not, I wish that I could sit down and listen to this whole record right now.
Oh, I believe it.
Do you see the titles on with their heads?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The Silver Clouds, Dark Lining, No Strings Attached, Bury Me, Cancer of the Heart, Little Mistake, Something to Cling to. I think all sound very interesting.
That's smart. Little mistake.
Oh, like mistake, like you made a mistake, but it's mistake.
But it's
Look,
mistake.
you.
It's a person who's constantly taking from. other
Listen,
people.
yeah, which is a mistake on their behalf. When you when you were asking me, you had a look in your face like you didn't think that I got it, but I thought that I did, and it looked like you started going. "Arr." Did you think for a second that I didn't know the like MISTITAKE?
Well, no, I think when you say it, little mistake, it sounds like little mistake. But if you look at, I didn't think you were going to get mistake, as in a woman who
It
is a
says
constant taker.
mistake as the title.
I know, but yeah, let's continue.
You're so mean to me!
Okay, don't hit me there. I'm sorry.
Oh, are they sore? The front too?
Don't touch me.
The front?
Don't touch me. Unhand
You remember
me.
when you used to do this to me when we'd exercise?
No.
I'd be like, that's really sore. You'd be
I'd
like,
never
right
do
there?
that. I'd never do that.
You liar!
I never did that to you.
You did.
Nope.
I was lifting. I went and did like 50 pounds, and Vin was like, don't do that too much. I know you need too muscular.
I just don't want my girl to be all muscular and shit. Like,
I'll be like beefing around.
yeah, like, you know,
Excuse
you,
me,
you don't
Vin,
see
you
that
need
in
to
Song
push
of
over.
Solomon, like, whoa, your biceps are...
Having a hard time to get into this SUV. Push over,
Yeah.
please.
I'll play Bacchus for the evening. You know,
Bacchus, what's that?
Bacchus, he was like the god of, like, you know, drunken orgies and all this stuff.
Oh, so he's
Wine.
saying I'll be like that?
You know, like, you listen to a lot of Spurgeon, like when he talks about bacchanalian revelry, you've heard that before.
No, because sometimes I don't hear all the words because I'm working out when I'm listening to it.
Yeah, but
So
you're really spiritual. Like when I'm working out, I'm listening to David Goggins talking to you, weak motherfucker, get up and stop crying, and you're
Yeah.
listening to Spurgeon.
But the
Great.
thing is, no, you know what happens? I tried listening to stuff that was supposed to be like motivational, and I don't like artificial motivation. Like I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, but Goggins isn't like artificial motivation, not in my opinion.
No.
I mean, they keep it level. It's just, that's what I hear.
And you know what?
Like, this guy is doing 202 miles and like you're stressing about hitting your 2 mile thing in under whatever. You know? So go ahead, continue. What were you saying?
You remember when we used to run together and you would always like, because I was running so much slower than you, and you'd be like, preach a sermon while we were running, basically.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
I mean, like, I was fast and like strong.
You were very, very fast.
No, but not like you.
I was averaging like 6.5 minutes a mile for 2 miles.
So I was like...
And you were doing like 7.5. You were doing 7.5 minutes, which is amazing. Like, both of us are not at 7.5 right
No.
now. So, like you were very, very fast. It was just that. And I had to kind of be I had to have my cardio at a certain... It was very important. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here.
But you would always preach and talk about the
Yeah.
like, it felt really good to like, I don't know, like get my spirit fixed at the same time as my physical body.
Yeah.
So I think that I kind of...
You were actually destroying your physical body when you were doing those runs because all you were fueling your body with was like one egg.
anorexia.
It's like one egg.
Yeah, but...
It's like an egg. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I told your brother, I was like, I said I was like so bad. I said like, I was suicidal, it was really, really bad. And then I said, Vin's the only one that realized that there was like something really, really wrong with me at that point. And I said, he used to come over because I wasn't eating. And he doesn't like eating eggs, like, not like that. But I never knew that you did not like eating eggs like that. You would split an egg sandwich with me so that way I would eat. But if you wouldn't have eaten it, I wouldn't have done it. But I thought all the while you liked it, but you didn't. You were just eating it for me.
What does my brother have to do with that?
He thought that was really, he was like, oh, that was like moving. You know what I mean? That you would do something like that.
Oh,
because you're always come across as like...
You let it out the bag that I don't like to eat eggs?
No, I told him, because I know now that you're not a fan. Because after a while, like, once everything was good. Anyway,
Has nothing to do with...
Well, some people are like, it's so funny when you read the comment section. One person will be like, I love coming here for the commentary on you guys' life. And then you like scroll down through more comments, and they're like, what the fuck?
Nobody cares about your life. You should have died,
and you're talking about your life.
You should have died, sorry. You should have just melted away in an anorexic whatever.
Yeah, we don't care. That was your double chin.
Yeah.
All right, back to the...
I'll play Bacchus for the evening. Pray be seated, take your places. Should my manner seem displeasing, offend your ears and graces, I have a list long as your arm, the connoisseur selection. Switch bitter rhymes,
Such bitter wines.
Such bitter wines. So it looks like he's saying like, man, like I don't care how you guys feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's 1999. We're going into 2000. Little does his brother know that this attitude of being offended at people's whatever is multiplied exponentially post 1999. Mm-hmm. There's shit you could say post 1999. I mean, in 1999, that will get you like shot.
Oh yeah.
Now people want to
forget about it.
People want to put hands on you. Don't put hands on me though.
Or me.
Or her. But like,
me.
It's just funny. Like he's like, come on, guys. Like, one of these days, we should probably do a whole week of songs that were written in 1999 and just see where the subject is 1999.
Oh,
and just see like what they think the 2000s are actually gonna bring.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody thought it was gonna bring flying cars and like all this progress and yada yada yada. Like I think
you're right.
I think if we could go back in a time machine and say, bruh, this is what is happening. This is the shit people get offended about in 2019. They'd be like, no way, no. 2019. It's 20 years. It's been 20 years.
Think about how many things we could have accomplished if we weren't so busy being offended by everything.
Oh, I know. It's uncanny. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a major event happen, right? 9/11. You know. And that's not like necessarily a time-bound thing, but like the arc of like where we are and what we've doing, like this part where it's kind of like making fun of people for getting offended at every little thing. Good night. The bubbles burst. This ain't champagne. Get it? Sham. P-A-I-N. Watched
like a sham. Like a... Why are you looking at me?
Right.
I know it's like champagne, like a drink. Are you not sure why I pulled this up? This is like randomly in my head. play it. Do you remember this scene?
Go ahead, play it. I don't remember this scene.
Napoleon Dynamite.
You think anybody wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys? Forget about it.
Forget about it. It just reminded me of when.
What was he trying to say?
Oh, he's teaching some kung fu class or whatever, and Napoleon is like getting beat up or whatever, so he wants to get some strength about him. So he goes to the class and look at this man who's wearing these American flag goods. You think anybody wants to get a kick in the roundhouse kick in the face with these bad boys? And when you did that thing where you were like, don't come after me, don't come after me, remind me of the scene. Forget about it.
The bubbles burst. This ain't
No,
champagne.
so champagne. I see champagne like a drink, but a sham as in like something that's fake.
Yeah, something
Fake
that's BS.
pain. Yeah. Okay.
I've watched hopes wither on the vine, the fruits of labors toil in vain. I reap souls grapes at harvest time. It's kind of like the hard kind of stuff's hard for people. You know what I mean? And maybe it's going to be looking better in 2000. You know what I'm saying?
I liked when they did this part, A Classic Year in Vintage Wine. The way that they sung that part, I really liked.
Yeah, well, it stays in your head. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Since it's drawn, I must sup the cellarage of sorrow.
I don't know what that means. The cellarage?
The cellar, you know, the wine cellar?
Yeah.
So he's sipping from the cellarage of sorrow.
Okay.
Yet fate refills my tarnished cup each time I drain the dregs. So no matter how much he tries to
Just like the wording.
he
Drain the dregs. It's not like it's poetic like Danny Filth does poetry, but like...
Well, this is
it
mega
has
poetic because he's using wine as a metaphor for a bunch of different things, which is extremely difficult to do in literature.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm just saying the word usage that it's not like... Oh, I hate this thing. It's not like...
Are you serious? That's up already?
No, it's failed already.
No. Oh, it says sure failed. Okay, good. Good. Good.
So I just like... You know, it's like it's not using. You know how Danny Filth uses these words that are like some of them are like, what does that even mean? And you know what I mean, like. But this guy just the way
a lot
that
of Old English.
Drain the dregs, which I'm sure is a phrase that they used a lot there, but I just like it. I don't know. It just finished off the song. I really liked it.
Yeah, so it looks like here he's talking about how life basically gets you down. Like he drains the cellarage of sorrow, but each time I drain it down, there's something else to screw with him. But it says new strength from it I'll borrow. The poison cannot kill me. Like it's just a very, very positive. To me, it seems like he's looking into the future and he's like, stop whining about being offended every 2 seconds and stop whining about how hard life is for you. Like you can overcome it, man. Like you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And you know, for me, it's just funny. Like you just tell the difference between, you know, men and women by the way we handle the baby. You know, like he falls over and he starts crying, and I'm like, stop it! Like let the kid turn around and get up. Like it's not the end of the world. He banged his head. Who cares? You're gonna turn him into a big giant sissy. Like let the kid. He can handle it.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know.
Yeah, but there's in a
like
mom
there's blood
like
gushing out of his head.
No, but like when the baby's crying, like you just want to pick them up and just like love them and just it's okay and let mama blah blah blah. But I would totally I understand that I would totally make the biggest the most annoying.
You'd be the softest dude in history.
Yes, and I know that. Like, I'm very self-aware of that, and like that's why I'm like I kind of take your cues on some of the stuff is because, you know, I want him to be able to be a man that can stand up and protect his family, and a man that's going to stand up to adversity and not be thrown around by the whims and opinions of everybody else around him, and somebody who can, you know, be. And that's, you know, that is part of it. I remember that there was somebody that was basically they were doing missionary work in Russia, and that's.
Another connection.
I knew the. And I'm also a Trump supporter.
This explains it all. It explains it all.
And that's what they would do with their kid, like when their like baby like fell over. And we're not talking about like they fell down the friggin' stairs. It's just you like bump their head and they're screaming like it's the end of the world. In a situation like that, the mom was like, "No, leave him. Like he has to learn to be strong because you know he has a rough world around him."
My mom was like the perfect balance of that.
And while I admired her, I just didn't do it with Sayla. I babied the heck out of her.
Babied. as if it's past tense. That shit is still going on to this day.
I am trying not to.
They had a normal conversation, and she goes, "Hey, look at
Was
this.
I too hard on her?
too hard on her?" But yeah, I just think I'm really, really. Look, on the one hand, like millennials, which we're technically millennials, like all the older generation criticisms of millennials, I've always been confused by, because I'm like, you are the parents of these kids.
Oh yeah.
So if these millennials are as screwed up as you think they are, well,
did you have anything to do with that?
Then you sucked as a parent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, but I think that the next generation of kids, like the kids of these millennials, I mean, I think they can go either way, because I think
That's exactly what I was thinking.
millennials are going to look around and say, you know what, being sensitive and being offended by every third thing on the planet hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Right.
It hasn't done a damn thing.
Yeah.
And when you look at our current political seats in Laban, it hello, it obviously is not working. All the cancel culture stuff, like, it's not working. And I think a lot of this is probably the most intelligent generation of people, these millennials, because they're able to manipulate social media and the internet in a way that, you know, no class of human beings has ever done. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of millennials, and I blame all the ills of millennials on their parents. Mm-hmm. And I, you know, my mom was a boomer, writing a lot on her, but
so was my mom.
She didn't make any soft boys. That's a fact. No, she didn't make any soft boys. Like, but part of that had to do with she understood that we were black males in American culture, so she could not. I do think, like, because sometimes I get texts from people, I'm like, that's offensive to you? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're in a tizzy about that? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, good. Okay. All right. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, growing up and the shit that I had to see and hear at you know, 5 and 6 years old, and now I'm hearing that somebody said something on the internet and it makes you upset. Like, are you serious? Mm-hmm. Come on, man, suck it up. We had a pretty tough conversation with one of our kids, and you know, X situations happening and things like that, and you know, like, I had to say, look, bro, you gotta suck that up, man, because it's not gonna change. Like, that person is not gonna change.
Right.
Like, there's always gonna be progress, but that person has been that way for all that person's life. They're not changing, period. Yeah. That's it. So you can't have, you know, an expectation of whatever. So you can't sit there and feel sorry for yourself, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just tough.
Yeah, but I think like, on the other hand, it's important that people like you are around, right? Like, and that's the balance between the two energies of why it takes a man and a woman to create a child in the first place. I think there's a lot of God's wisdom there, which, you know, I'm gonna come with this song and say, hey man, it's all good, and you're gonna cry and all that, and you're gonna affirm to them that
I know. I kept seeing him. He was looking at you when you were like, you're not, and then he'd look over at me, and I was like holding back tears.
Yeah, and I think and he's told me he knows that he needs to hear that from me, but he also likes it that you cry for him.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, and I think that that's exactly how it's supposed to go. But I think you've got, so on a societal level, there should be elements in the society that tell you like this, like, suck it up, man. But there should also be elements in society that says, hey, it gets better, you're not alone, da-da-da-da-da. But I feel like we've swung, like, post-1999, I feel like we've swung way too much the other way.
Yeah.
And now,
for sure.
Now you've got you know, a bunch of soft people who cannot function and cannot deal with any sort of bad break in their life. And
well, I think that, you know, I remember we saw this video one time where there was this girl that was talking about safe spaces, and I think that there has to be, you know, there's an element of safe spaces that's important. Like, people shouldn't be being abused in social situations where, you know what I mean, like the things that black people have gone through, or the things that the homosexual community has gone through, and that, like, encompasses all of that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that people should be being abused, but at the same time, like, you are going to hear rude things, people are going to push you, you're going to be, but you have to, like, there are some times where, like, people are triggered because something is so, like, you know, I don't want to say too much, but, you know, somebody had gone through a particularly traumatic situation in their life, and there was certain words that would remind them of the trauma of that event. So I understand that is like legit, like that's something to be...
Triggered is an actual medical term.
But people are not using it that way. They're using that. You say anything that they don't like, they're triggered.
That's
So-
my problem with the safe space thing. Like,
Right.
when me and my brother, we walk home and the white kids spit on us, call us nigger all the way to the bus stop or whatever. My safe space was in my home with my mom.
Yeah.
When she would say, "Don't pay them white boys no attention. You're a prince. Don't, next time hit him in the eye," or whatever she did. Right? Like, that was my safe space. But what it's turned into is an echo chamber where nobody can disagree with me.
Yeah.
And if somebody disagrees with me, then I am unsafe.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like we're like all these
My
bubbles
mother
floating around bumping each other.
mother never created that environment for us
Yeah.
ever. And I don't create that with the kids, and that's because out there, that's not how it works. People are gonna disagree with you.
Right.
People are gonna say all types of craziness.
Right.
Like, you just gotta have a strong sense of self, and know where you
Yep.
come from, and know where you're going, and know why you're here.
And
But,
honestly, being able to have that opens you up to a lot of things that normally you wouldn't be able to do. For instance, if we were triggered by everybody's opinions and stuff, people say some really mean things in the comment section. Go ahead and read it. There's some people that are very, loving people, but...
Yeah, my brother was looking at the comments in the Black Israelites, and he's so angry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, that guy tried to get you off of your game, like, but you stayed on it, because he knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of this is like, I know that.
I thought it was cute that he didn't like it that they called me a white devil.
Yeah.
Instead of dog or something.
Well, I know that face to face people are completely different.
Yeah. Right.
What's up, Haka? You haven't said that shit to my face, bruh. You know that. All right. What do you give the song? I'm giving it a 10.
It's a 10.
It's
Yeah,
a 10.
Obviously a 10.
10. I appreciate it. Shout out to Deacon Haka.
Daniel, we picked a good one.
We picked a good
Babe,
one.
stop doing that.
What?
I don't.
Shout out to Deacon Haka. Well, funny enough, he needed a safe space.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's why he had to shut.
Yeah, you was acting all hard. You acting all hard there, Deacon Haka. Then you had to flee. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Then out.
Right out.
Gone with your hateful self.
Bad.